to, I guess, another big update video. Honestly, I wasn't planning on making an update video for this version 2.1.3 update, just because I live streamed a lot of it, so I didn't feel like there's a whole lot of new stuff outside the live streams. But I've actually had a lot of requests for it, and so I decided I'll go ahead and make it. Um, version 2.1.3 had about a 3-week development window. 2 weeks were for main development, and the last week was kind of more for play testing for those that are YouTube members and have that membership to have that early access and beta look. Big shout out to them. It's been a huge help, not only for the financial support, but also for the bugs that they found ahead of time. They found a lot of things, so that was really good to see. But during that process, Tristan and I kind of forgot a lot of things that we did. Off the top of my head, very early on, we completely revamped the what do you call it? The deliveries. So if you remember, deliveries were actually quite broken. You didn't get a lot of delivery options. That's since been fixed. That was actually a bug that we had broke. Vanilla Game had it probably better for a while. So that is fixed. Dealerships were revamped. Basically, each dealership has its own inventory count, which makes it a lot more realistic. Now the new car dealerships are actually at the port, all in one little area. And they actually do sell new cars. So they're going to make cars with almost zero mileage, which does actually make a big performance difference on those vehicles. Additionally, let's see. We added, a lot of bug fixes, a lot of, police spawn or not spawn. Police are improved is the best way we'll put it. They're not completely fixed, but at least they're not going to stay behind you with blaring sirens. Overall, AI has been tweaked a little bit. You may notice it, you may not. We did add this off-road area. That's a big feature. Let me zoom out a little bit. Um, this is actually the start of a rally stage for one of the free roam events. So this is a trail that goes all the way up the mountain here. There's some rock crawling now available. You see some of that here. There's a free roam event for it, and another rock crawling area here. This trail goes all the way up into this parking lot. Now, this off-road area that we've added, it doesn't look the prettiest. It's not having, it's not flushed out with trees and bushes because we really wanted to focus on keeping the similar performance that West Coast USA has. So what I did is I actually counted every single bush and tree I removed, especially along this mountain path, and I relocated them over into wherever I ended up putting them. So we ended up moving about 45 assets and adding back 45 assets. This is a mud area. Again, not the prettiest, but it does the job. Two free roam events here. The left is a shallower mud, easier for mostly stock trucks and four-wheel drives to get through. And then the right is an extremely deep, extremely challenging, but lucrative mud bog. Over here, we have some more off-road area. Really, this is an off-road path that gets you through here. This free roam event is actually what's called what we call a King of the Hammers event. It's modeled after the real King of Hammers as best as we could. Basically, it's a off-road race that kind of takes you around the mountain through dirt, through mud, and through the rock crawling section. So it's kind of an all-rounder race. Over here is some deep sand to get through. Most of it, you'll find yourself going downhill. We didn't add the whole sand climb again, just because that takes a lot of terrain editing, and we were on a time crunch. But there are a lot of free roam events through here, specifically rally. So real quick before I show you the next thing, rally stages have you starting here. And for instance, this first one actually takes you to the very top of the mountain. But as soon as you finish, you can turn around and start another rally stage, which will take you all the way down to the quarry, which will have its own starting spot for a rally stage. So there's a total of 4 stages, the final one actually being that commercial rally stage that we saw in the previous update. But it's nice that you can kind of flow through that if you keep your car clean. Additionally, we added another off-road track. So this is half rallycross because there's a kind of a joker section where you take an optional route, but mainly just an open off-road track. It's really fun. It's a mixture between loose dirt and I guess not loose dirt, tackier dirt. It was some real off-camber turns along with some turns that have a lot of camber. So super fun, super enjoyable. I think it's a fun flow, especially with how quickly we kind of created it. We did the whole, or I guess I chose the the method of really sinking the terrain into it, so you kind of have these walls around you to make you feel like you kind of have to really stay in course. I would love to put trees and objects and stuff, but again, we were on a asset limit. Um, so we did the best we could. Giving the general feel for what we wanted, but again, trying to keep in mind those lower spec PCs. We really like how fluid, or not fluid, but how well the RLS career overhaul has been performing. I would say there's really not much of a performance impact versus vanilla, but I guess I'll let you guys be the judge of that. So yeah, off-road areas are here, rock crawling is here, mud bogging is here, off-road racing is here, rally stages is improved. We also added some free roam drift events. Um, we added 2 free roam drift events here, one in the Redwood area. So you have one starting here, and then the other one, well, it takes you around to the other side, where you can also turn around and restart that drift event. Do keep in mind when these drift events go, they actually exit off to the right, just because that flow is better as you swing on through. With that, we also added a hot lapping Formula Drift, or not Formula Drift, a hot lapping drift free roam event. Over here at the racetrack, this parking lot that's used for some drift missions, we went ahead and added a hot lapping section. So you can actually hot lap this. It's a lot of fun. You do get a little bit of a lag, or I guess a frame drop as you cross the line, and Lua does its thing and calculates and pays you. So do be cautious in this transition. You'll have a stutter that can really throw off your line. But if you transition earlier than that, maybe come out wide and then you're already at angle here, it's not too bad. So yeah, that's the main free roam events we added. We also the Formula Ibishu. So the RLS Career Collection overall has been improved and added upon. And we also added like Formula One styled cars. They're actually, the lore is that they're produced by Ibishu. They're made by TrackFab and all, or I think TrackPad is his actual username. But we added those as an event. I think you have to get that through the collection pack though in order to use that. But that's a fun car to use on this track. I'm trying to think what else. Additionally, two big things, two big features. Uh, the Lens Flare movie studio rentals. So if you have an expensive vehicle worth over 100K, you can take it over to Lens Flare and rent it out. How you do that is you pull into this parking lot here with your 100K or more expensive vehicle. Then it'll tell you which movie studio to go drop off your vehicle. And then once you do, the car will be locked. You have to get out of it, and it will reward you for a percentage of that value of the vehicle for a duration of time. For that duration of time, you will not be able to use your vehicle. It will be locked in your garage, and that duration is anywhere from 1 to 8 hours. Do keep in mind, though, that time rolls even when you're not playing the game. So it's not 8 hours of in-game time. It's 8 hours of life, or I guess system time. And that can get you some good AFK money. So AFK stuff is here. And then additionally, probably one of my most favorite parts of the update is the repo mod. So let me go ahead and show you that. How this works is, as long as you put repo on your license plate, I think you have to use lowercase, maybe not. As long as your license plate says repo, you have a repo vehicle. So here we have an actual repo truck. The mod is by, I think his name is Geo2. Really cool repo mod. I know he's doing a lot of new stuff. He probably will have his update out soon. We will also have his update in the mod as soon as we can. So whether you're watching this might be a 2.1.3 update or 2.1.4 as we include his mods. But basically all you gotta do is get in your truck. That's a repo truck. And give it a second. It'll do some Lua things. And then it'll tell you here we have a ETK series KC8 drift someone missed a payment on. Go repossess it. So we're going to go ahead on over there. I'll show you how that looks. So one thing that's really cool about this mod, or this portion of the mod, is when you go to repossess the vehicle, it is actually going to have you take it back to the dealership it would have been purchased from. So it uses the dealership logic to kind of be lure friendly, right? So let's say you have an order to repossess a T-Series, a big semi-truck. You're probably going to take that back to the commercial garage. Now, that being said, if it's a brand new vehicle, you might be taking that back to the ports where they have brand new vehicle dealerships. And whether you have a truck or the trailer, it really is up to you. You will be able to get in the vehicle, start it up, and move it around in a small relative location around your vehicle, around your repo truck. But then you can't just drive it to the drop off. The vehicle will turn off on you. So let's go ahead and lower our stuff here. There we go. It's a pretty low car, but that should be good. Now the vehicles do spawn with their parking brake off. But let's go ahead. Oh, we are not low enough. There we go. You can see it's kind of rolling a lot. We're just going to kind of pin it against the curb. I think it'll be fine. Okay, we got aggressive with it. That was not good. Let's try that again. Oh no, we're kind of clipped into it. Okay, this is not going well. Let me hop in it real quick and straighten this out. Oh, definitely broke that exhaust. Now your reward is based off of time, how long it takes you to complete the repo, as well as the damage to the vehicle, and even more specifically, the value of the vehicle. So as you repossess more expensive vehicles, you'll be paid a lot more. This might just be too low for us. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. And that is not bad at all. We got it in the air. It is in gear, so that helps a lot from it rolling out of the kind of wheel chocks, I guess, or the wheel grabbers. Putting it in gear and putting the parking brake on. Now let's head to the delivery. We are taking this to all the way to the ports. So let me go ahead and go take it and deliver it there, and we'll be right back. All right, as we roll up here to our destination, a couple other things I want to mention. We improved the drag strip. There was an issue where your car would seemingly explode as you cross the finish line. What it was the AI would spawn, but because there's a little bit of road they were allowed to spawn on in your path, they kind of spawned in you and completely destroyed your car. It is improved, but we have had a couple of reports of it still happening. They seem rare, and I actually did have it happen to myself once. And so that will be addressed in a future hotfix patch, maybe 2.1.4. So do be careful. The drag strip is cleaned up a bit, but it's not perfect. So here we are at the dealership. We can just park it here. And we made $9,600 for that car there. So that's a pretty good price. It's a pretty expensive vehicle. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for this update. Again, I wasn't really planning on making a video, but there's been some requests for all the things that we changed. We're really excited for the next update. We cannot wait to show you what we have planned and what we and how it turns out. And we're really excited for it. But for now, if you have any questions, do join the Discord and let us know on there. Feel free to ask in the YouTube comments as well. I try to respond to them as much as I can. But the Discord, you will find more help from myself and others. There's a nice suggestions area that you can also give your suggestions. But thank you so much to everyone that supported, all the donations, all the likes on the videos, all the subscribers. It's been a huge help, and it really fueled our last development cycle. And as we take a little bit of a break and kind of gather ourselves for this next development cycle, please enjoy the other content that we come out with. And until then, thanks for watching. Bye for now.